Well, what we're going to do right now is continue where we ended off last time and talk to you about the seals and trusting your food. And I want to start off by really irritating. You see, when I moved to the States, I was horrified to discover they put an ingredient in our bread called ADA. Now, this is flip-flop material. Now, imagine putting this in your bread when there's so many side effects, and it's been banned in many countries around the world. And so that really shocked me. So now I'm teaching people, hey, read labels. And guess what happens? I come across a study where UC Davis did an investigation, discovered up to 69% of the imported extra virgin olive oils they tested had fake labeling. So what was on the label was not even in the product. And I'm going to only show you good stuff. So, hey, wouldn't you like to know if you pick up a bottle of olive oil, and this is a good one, what's on the labels in the product? Wouldn't you like to know that you pick up honey? Did you know that up to 80% of a honey, what was on the label, was actually not in the product? It was fake labeling, and you were buying high fructose corn syrup and sugar beets and man-made in factories and things like that. And here's a great product. So I want to give you some ideas about labeling. Before I go on to labeling, look at this over here. This is terrible. Look at this investigation into GNC, Target, Walmart, and Walgreens. And these are the 4 giants in herbal supply around the world. And they discovered these 4 giants were incorrectly labeled by 96%. Come on, folks. So if you went and bought 100 bottles of products, 96 out of the 100 could maybe not have what's on the label in the product. Wouldn't you like to pick up a product and say, hey, this is actually St. John's wort, or this is actually aloe vera? Look at the Bloomberg study. Did you see that Bloomberg study when they discovered that nearly every aloe vera they just investigated from the giant suppliers, what was on the label was not in the product? As a matter of fact, yeah, are you buying skin cream with aloe vera and shampoo with aloe vera and lipstick with aloe vera and conditioner with aloe vera, and it doesn't actually even have aloe vera in it? Isn't that absolutely amazing? That's heartbreaking, really. You'd think there'd be a standard out there. Well, folks, there is a standard. And let me show you the standards. The first thing to understand out here, number 1, is that we've got 3 labeling systems. And the first labeling system is this. It's self-control. Hey, you know what? I tell you this product's really good. For example, here's a self-control salmon oil. How does that look? We put a salmon oil in here. All right, we don't want to show you whose it is, but we put a salmon oil in here, and then we put another salmon oil capsule in this one. I don't know if you can see what's happened to those. How horrendous is that? And then we put another one in there. The one in there hasn't eaten it away. So I'm not saying these are bad. I wouldn't use them. But what I'm trying to say is, hey, there's a different way in manufacturing. There's a different in control. When you're buying a product, you want to make sure that it's not going to harm you when you take that product. So selfies, let me give you some ideas. Remember DDT? Banned around the world, or most countries in the world, because it's so harmful. At one time, people were told DDTs, there's nothing wrong with it. Remember that Agent Orange? Tens of thousands of Americans right now suffering from side effects of harmless Agent Orange, which is actually sprayed over the troops. Remember Roundup? Now there's major investigations because people suddenly realize this harmless product is not so harmless. It can cause cancer and all kinds of problems out there. So when you take a product, you want to make sure that it's not self-control, because self-control could have as little as only 20% of what's in the label in the product. So there's another labeling system out there. And guess what the next labeling system is? Number 2, it's called third party. That means, hey, guess what? The manufacturer of this product so believes in their product that they have gone to somebody else and said, hey, check it out for me and tell me if it's good or bad. Tell me if what's on the label's in the product. And they do. And they put their seal and say, hey, what's on this label is actually in the product. But is it all in the product? No, third party is roughly 80%. Why? Because you could have some discrepancies in the process of manufacturing. It could be additives in there. The third labeling system over here, number 3, is pharmaceutically controlled. Now, what is pharmaceutically controlled? Let me give you some ideas over here. It doesn't mean it's a pharmaceutical product. Pharmaceutically controlled means that that company has to be open for inspection 24 hours a day every day of the year. That company, they have to be so transparent, so integrity, that they have got 100% of what's on the label in the product up to pharmaceutical standards. So you can take a product that's juice extracted, dehydrated, organically grown, GMO-free, vine-ripened, whole food and supplements, which is so good for you, but with pharmaceutically standard and control. So that's where you want to go. In closing over here, I just want to show you a study which just absolutely broke my heart. And the study shows that supplements can actually harm you. For example, this study is called the synthetic study. And there's many studies we can show you, but I just want to show you the one. And the synthetic study was done right here in the USA in 2007. And what they did, they took the 21 biggest brands of supplements, manufacturing organizations, not a supplement out of a supplement company. They took the entire ranges of its manufacturing brands. And they discovered 11 of them. That is 52% approximately. What was on the label was not in the product. Now, come on, you remember Monavie? It's been closed down globally because what was on the label was not in the product. So now we're down to 10. Of the 10, 3 didn't dissolve at all. You took the product, came out the other side whole. Come on, folks, that's horrendous. You know, if somebody's taking their hard-earned money and they're taking a product, at least it should dissolve in the body. The manufacturer should know to use compounds that dissolve. So now we're down to 7. Of the 7, 1 company is adding lead to their product. Imagine putting lead in a supplement. So now we're down to 6. So now they take the 6 best supplements they could find. They take 2,000 people with stage 4 cancer. They give 1,000 the placebo, and they give 1,000 of them the 6 best supplements they could find. Let me read you the study. The United States National Cancer Institute found that the men taking more than one of the 6 best supplements they could find, store sold, they were all synthetic, says you may increase the risk of advanced prostate cancer by 32%. And may increase the death rate by up to 100% over those who took the placebo. So what did the study show you? It's far better to take nothing than to take something that could actually harm you. Did you see the studies last year showing that fish oils could actually cause cancer? Look at this over here. We've got 2 different vitamin E's. Here's a vitamin E. And if you have a look closely over here, you can see it stuck against the teaspoon. Have a look stuck against the teaspoon. You can see it running down the teaspoon over there. Why? If you take a vitamin E that's made from turpentine or petroleum, it doesn't actually, break down in the body. Your body can't use it correctly. And just to show you again, isn't that just absolutely ridiculous that there's the vitamin E stuck to the teaspoon on both sides? How horrendous is that? So when you're taking a vitamin E, guess what? It should be water miscible. I should be able to put it in a glass, stir it up like that, and totally water miscible that your body can utilize that product. To me, that is just so, so important. The next thing over here, when you're taking a supplement, they then discovered that if you took a supplement that was made from whole food, juice extracted, dehydrated, organically grown, GMO-free, vine-ripened whole food that was under pharmaceutical control, guess what happens? That would actually slow cancer growth down. As a matter of fact, what they really discovered, it will boost your immune system by 37%, increasing your body's ability to fight every known disease on planet Earth, including diabetes, including arthritis. No matter what what's attacking your body, by boosting your immune system, your body can heal itself. That to me is so exciting. So guess what we're going to do right now? We're going to go on to teaching you how to read a supplement label.